Yeah, they are getting all those knockouts done. Vampire Esports, and we saw them. This is the team that got the chicken dinner, but it's still on the second page of the chart. So Vampire Esports, they do need to get some decent number of eliminations done, and that's exactly what they're doing. In the meanwhile,
At the circle, yeah, it's closing in to Milta and the farm. There's a lot of open field, and there's also a decent amount of buildings. But on our screens, on our tiny camera, we're seeing that is RRQ trying to shoot down the players of VD. Actually, no, this is a different place. VD storming in with Bigatron, immediately opening that door and getting shot down. And Ryzy is out here at the porch, in the balcony. Down that staircase, throwing some grenades, but in the end, it's a VD who will be knocked down. Actually, that was an RRQ on another side of the map. There are two concurrent engagements going on, but Bigatron Esports and VD, they're definitely battling it out inside of this house. VD loses one player to a grenade shot. Federalis outside of this door, throwing a Molotov. Wow, great shot there. And with that, VD gets eliminated by the hands of Bigatron.
oh my god, another elimination, another team completely wiped out of the scenario. But RRQ close to Bigatron Esports, grenade is being cooked, the DBS in the hand, RRQ cooking that grenade, but they are the one that's gonna get cooked by Malik. Beautiful grenade, a decent connectivity, but ZMJJ, KK, now it's up to you, cook the grenade. The other team is also cooking the grenade. It's back and forth going on. BTR, they're actually gonna give the grenade to their own team member, and that's where the demise is gonna start from. Bigatron, they're gonna lose 1, 2, and 3 of their players. RRQ comes from the backside, grenade is being cooked, it's gonna be thrown, nobody's gonna get damage from that. So something, Brendia, you have to do. You have healed yourself 75% HP. Once again, the grenade is going to do the damage on you. Now you're going to move forward with the S12K. It's an S12K versus an S12K going on. 8 bullets versus maybe 10 bullets. 7 bullets now. 6. And there we go. The shots, the backside shots are coming in from. You have to rush. You have to push from this point onward. You have to go into the teams. Federalis is going to get one player from MVK out right with this. MVK Esports Superman, the only guy alive in this particular situation, is going to go forward. S12K versus the DBS. MVK is going to win it out. MG and White Kings, you're going to eliminate the last guy of the team BTR, where they got 5 eliminations, but instantly RRQ is going to nade you as well, and it's over. Back and forth going on. So 3 teams in the single compound got eliminated.
Team Calcom Digi Alliance, you can see Team TDK with no points difference with that 9th spot. So the competition is definitely there. The qualification is not going to be that easy. But for now, Vampire Sports fighting for that qualification, takes that leap of faith. There's a player of BTR in front of them, Tony K, as that shotgun in his hand, shuts down the player, and he's going to eliminate him as well. But once again finds another player, and he was not good enough. BTR, 2 of the players are down, and now Vampire Esports, they have this obvious combination going on. A 2v4 situation for BTR, and I don't think so that they can pull it off, because BTR, the problem is there, and on the other side, Vampire Esports, they will not let you clutch this situation now.
I don't think so. BTR have a chance. They're pretty dispersed out. 2 players away from the knocked out players. One is already finished. The other one is, the ZMJKK first, if they want to get this thing done. But oh my god, Mela pushes forward, but the kind of success he was hoping, he couldn't get that. BTR there, reset once again. Nades come in, low on HP players pushing forward. Another cover fire from ZMJKK, and Vampire is down to 2-man standing, and a lot of utility will be thrown, and the Tony K low on HP as well. Another nade will be traded. Let's see if it will bring any kind of good news for these guys. But VPE Tony K got to make sure that he res up his player so they can have 3-man standing to go against this BTR squad. BTR definitely will heal up. They will be pushing forward. They know that at the moment Vampire is a little bit bruised. They are in a damage, in a pickle situation.
God.
But there
What's
you go,
going
gone for a long way down. We'll make sure the Vampire player is down. It's a 2v3 situation now. Tables have turned, and now Vampire is on the receiving end. At the same time, there's a third party going on, and BTR have to make sure that they keep themselves in a situation where they are safe while taking this fight 2 versus 2. Another time, BTR, Malak Big is also knocked out. Another nade goes in. BTR, Kong taking down one more. Player was hiding right next to the door, and it made sure the player that is entering will have it difficult for him. And there you go, Tony K starting the brawl and finishing it in a style for elimination.
You miss this chance, this things can look pretty tight or difficult for you. But on the other side, if you look towards the players of BTR holding on some compounds close to Gatka, they're just waiting for all those teams to rotate. I mean, in 6 to 8 minutes, we see all those teams to finish their loot and start rotation. But if you look towards all these teams out there, they're still focused to get those loots out there. But RRQ indulging themselves into a fight against Team PB. Some trades are going back and forth. Once again, BTR joining in that third party. They heard those gunshots out there. Now they will probably try to slam in, but the spray was insane by Risey. He takes down 2 players, and now he's moving forward with that Bucky, and Team BTR is going for a third party. That's what we were expecting from this team. They need those elimination numbers. They need all those elimination numbers that they can get, but this third party has to be correct. They do not they do not need to make any mistakes out there. But BTR, this was a mistake. That was overcommitment out there. RRQ confirms those elimination numbers with the grenade, but BTR, they lost 1 player in that process.
Yeah, and it's going to be unfortunate here for the set of playbook, as they were the ones that initiated the fight up against Rex, Regum, Kion, and now they're going to be down the trail, out of the way, but we got to move on to the next. The Rangers here putting themselves into the mixture up against Alter Ego. Nate's flying by, 1 player hitting it from the top side, and it's going to be Rangers having the opportunity to find a reset here for one of their teammates. Smoke's going to get deployed in the process, and it's going to be Jappy as well, extended from the top side here to provide the coverage that they need. Alter Ego, Eris are going to be eliminated from the scene as well.
Absolutely, Rangers this time around, they eliminate Alter Ego, and once again some upsets are going on. Alter Ego, they did its match, they needed to qualify the elimination spot, but on the other side, BTR getting 2 elimination numbers and losing 2 players. That's not a fair trade.
Oh yeah, not at all, bro. I mean,
Boots, that was insane by this 1 player. That was crazy. I mean, Tony K, as he got taken down, all the players were following him. They got taken down 1 by 1, but once again, man oh man, what a performance by Chibna. The entire team needs to get that credit, but specifically Chibna was insane. He was better than everybody else. But for now, Team YG gets eliminated as well. The dominators of the previous match were eliminated by them 9. If you look towards all those teams who are fighting for the qualification, on those 6, 7, 8, or 9 spot, even on the 10 spot, all of the teams are eliminated. This opens room for the bottom teams, for the bottom 8 teams to climb up and actually, to be able to fight for those survival numbers. And once again, now that they have the information that one of the team is in those compounds, they will probably wait for them to get out, as these compounds are not inside the zone, and any of those teams who are holding those compounds, when they get out, they will face Thailand Sports, they will face the sprays of Thailand Sports. But Thailand Sports is also outside the zone. They also need to move inside the circle, and a rotation needs to be done by them. But on the back of it, it's Team Wine Donkeys who can probably surprise them. The backstab was cleared, maybe the back areas was cleared by Thailand Sports, but they have no clue about Wine Donkeys who can be deadly for any of those teams out there. But for now, Fella Gaming, they spotted one of the players, and now they have the idea that maybe some other players of Wine Donkeys are also there.
Rangers, another player down, 2 shotgun knocks. At the same time, third party happening from the side of BDR. BDR is not making any sort of, I would say, difference in making sure that both of these teams getting hurt in the process. Rangers, they have 3 of their players knocked out. 2 now, and BTR is pushing forward. Now at the same time, in the kill feed, VPE taking down Boom. Boom is losing their players right, left, and center.
yeah, I know, wherever they look, it's just, squads putting them down to the ground. Can't find any breathing room here. Only a singular player that they gotta rely on. But now Ranger, Jappy finds the nade. Not able to get the connection, not just yet. And it's a pretty tough call here, but obviously, I think Jappy is just looking to buy as much time, but the nade flies in. Connection right there, but not enough to put him down to the ground. BTR looking to be in control here so far. Under their ordinance is the player of Rangers.
Oh, what a nade.
Malak Big finds the nade, finds range once again. Utter frustration here for the players of Rangers.
It is. It is. They cannot. You know, they're not getting a break right away. They finish the fight with the MVK, and right away BTR capitalizing on the situation, seeing their opposition is hurt, and they are just rubbing further on the I would say onto the situation. There you go, BDR pushing forward. It's Rangers, Subman in the midst of all this chaos pushing forward. BTR, two of the players are knocked out. Now pushing forward, let's see if Rangers will get any sort of success. Subman with a Mini 14 in hand. It's a single fire weapon. It will make it difficult for him to actually capitalize, but at the same time, Rangers should confirm all those knocked out players if they want to have a chance of surviving. But there you go, VPE pushing forward as well. Another third party coming on this small compound, making it way more suffocating for the side of Rangers. Only two players, one player alive. Jibna is also knocked out, pushed forward. There you go, Molotov already connected, and BTR getting their final player eliminated as well. BTR leaving the game on 12 spot, only with 3
Shield is going, honestly. But yeah, he's turning around and making themselves a big target for Bigatron Esports. Federalis gets those shots in. And Sem9 Dark System, I think they got finished off as well by the hands of EA. So this is like 3 different squads, Bigatron being the third party in this situation. For the side of Bigatron Esports, they only have a 1 elimination, so they're definitely going to have to step up and get those kills.
Definitely backstab on the side of Sem9. EA making sure that they confirm those eliminations that are being served on a silver platter. But at the same time, BTR, they made the move at the right time when Talon was least expecting, because they just confirmed the players of Team Secret a moment ago. And now they were kind of, feeling alright, feeling distressed. But meanwhile, BTR had different plans for them. They just came in with the big surprise. But now, BTR, they have a good position, still in the circle. Edge of the circle, I would say. They have to go through Talon. Talon losing 2 of their players. One of the players knocked out, and I think will be rezzed up. It's a 3 versus 4 situation. BTR, one of the players is knocked out. Another damage being dealt from the side of Federalis, but it's not enough, I would say. Still, BTR, they have to be cautious. They have to make their way from a different side, because they cannot take Talon like this. They might deal some knocks, but whenever they will be planning to push forward to make put a final nail in the coffin, they will be greeted with some fireworks. So obviously the best way is to move in a different location, come up with a different strategy. But Vampire Esport, meanwhile, as I said, they didn't commit to the apartment, so they have a very good situation for themselves to actually move freely. But at the same time, Sem9, they've been greeted by EA pushed forward. The player got confirmed by the side of Fire, and Fire in the last one standing, low on HP, 1 shotgun to the body will do it. But at the same time, I think Wu, he is being extra careful, not giving enough time to the Fire low on HP. Meanwhile, another player gets knocked out from the side of, I think, Talon. Talon is also pushing forward. EA, one of the players is knocked out. Circus is knocked out. Low HP player still. Oh my god, what's going on? VPE joined the whole fray, and now VPE taking down Joker. 2 of the players are down, but Fire finally gets confirmed. But a Molotov comes in from I don't know where, but E-Arena still surviving. Total of 7 eliminations. Talon pushing forward. They want to clear these compounds for themselves. We'll have a plenty good cover for them. But Talon, as they are moving forward, nades going in. No connection so far, but Talon still aggressing forward. They have no idea where exactly the players are. All of the utility will go to waste. But Circus have to make sure that he, heal up for teams. That fight was totally expected. Todok and PBM, they had to stand out for quite a time. Stand up for quite a time. And VPE, now it's time for them to actually, get the fair share of the fight. They can easily confirm the players of PBM while they're trying to leave the apartments. Apartment is not a good position unless the circle is on you, but PBS and VP, PBS getting damage from the side of VP, BTR is also gatekeeping them, so it's not a good situation for them. And I think it will be end of PBS here. They are losing their healing to play zone, and I think it's over for them. All of the players will get eliminated to the play zone, and it will be now 2 of 3 squads, and it will be Bigatron, Talon, and VP VPE. VPE still 4-man standing. That's quite, I would say, strong position for them to make it through and get the winner chicken dinner. But at the same time, VPE taking down ZMJKK from the side of BTR. BTR, they cannot afford a player loss in this, stage of the game. It's stage 6. Still, there's plenty of space to play from, but at the same time, VPE giving a lot of damage on the side of BTR, and there you go. It's a big spray going through, a lot of damage being dealt. The reload from the side of Genola. Otherwise, it would have been, the final moment for BTR, but still BTR survives.
Yeah, and Vampire Esports, they're still up to 3 eliminations. That goes the same with BTR. So, if I were them, I'd go ahead and try to get aggressive because I mean, looking at VPE, they have the numbers advantage, but it looks like PBMS decided to give away their elimination towards the blue zone rather than to another team. But looking here, we're seeing grenades coming in, bombarding Bigatron Esports, but Bigatron slowly but surely their health is depleting, and I don't like where their location is. I mean, everyone else, Vampire Esports, they have the high ground and they definitely have a lot. Oh man, the tables turned actually, and Vampire Esports takes a lot of damage. 1 down on their side, but it's not a confirmation just yet. So over here, we're looking at Risey trying to go in, trying to see if they can get a closer look, and with a grenade in hand. Question is, so will it connect? Will it connect? No, it will not result into any knocks. On the other hand, he gets knocked down.
He gets knocked out himself, but I would say it was a very brave try from the side of BTR Risey. In the backlines, BTR, the 2 of the players are still struggling, and they're trying to survive in a situation where they've been fired from both sides. Talon and VPE both are trying to take control of the whole situation and clear out the mid for themselves. But Talon, they have a very good position in the circle. They have hard cover, and at the same time, they have a position where they can dictate the whole pace of the game. But BTR, they have to move forward or take that collision head on with VPE, try their luck if they possibly can. But VPE, even though they've been engaged with multiple teams, still they have only 4 eliminations to their name. 25 minutes have gone by, guys. 9 total players are still surviving. Top 3 teams pretty spaced out. That's the reason why we're not seeing like heads-on collision between these teams. Otherwise, it would have been like 1 or 2 minutes will be enough to make it to the decider who will get the winner and chicken dinner.
Ooh, Malak Peak took a lot of damage and they're down to 50% of their health. But yeah, I like where how VPE rather had positioned themselves all around of this circle. I mean, they covered a lot of ground. But over here, we're looking at Ginola rather, throwing grenade. Malak Peak taking more damage. It looks like Tony has rotated towards the lower part of this landform. And yeah, we're just waiting. Everyone is just waiting for VPE to kind of make a move because I think they have the upper hand at this point. They have the numbers advantage. They have the locations advantage. They have the control over the map. And BTR! Malak Big is immortal, man. I mean, come on. But yeah, Shields, I think they spotted Nordlys all alone up in the hill. Will definitely need that revive. And so looking at it, I don't think Vampire Esports will be deciding to go ahead and rescue the Nordlys. And Bigatron Esports, they're still surviving. It's all Malak Beak trying to survive until the end, trying to get those placement points. But on the other hand, VPE, they have a huge chance of getting this winner chicken dinner. But depending on what Talon Esports decides to do, I mean, there's a possibility that those tables can turn.
There is a possibility, but Nordlys will get confirmed. But this was a mistake from the side of Boysil, and it will put Talon again in a disadvantageous position. Sorry, my tongue is now rolling. Apologies for that. But again, Talon, they came in control, but a small mistake from the side of Boysil put the Talon back into the similar situation they were in. Shield have to do the bold move, have to res up his player. At the same time, Malak with a good nade, and Mela gets knocked out. This was something that I was expecting from the side of Malak Big, because he can make things a little difficult for the side of Vampire. Vampire, they cannot afford to lose 1 more player, but Malak still in a very good position. Mela going back, and this will give plenty of time for the players of Talons to res up Boycell. shields, Resina Boycell, and there you go again in position where they can wreak some havoc on the players of VP. There you go, Playzone taking down Mela once again. Playzone has moved 32 more seconds. BTR Malik Big have to make it into the circle. He's kind of on the edge of the circle, but there you go. What a shot! What a way to take down the players of VPE. It's down to the last man standing. Talon, definitely, I think they'll be confirming this elimination point for themselves, and it will be a
Ooh.
10th point, and there you go, 20-point match for these guys. Confirmation, and it's a winner chicken dinner for Team Talon.
I mean, I was saying a while ago, Vampire Esports, they were close in a few buildings, but definitely a lot of open field. And smack in the center is Vampire Esports.
Ooh, this is gonna be tough. Wait it out. Once again, one player from side of Talon, one from the side of Burmese Goals. But one player from the side of Boom Esports shuts down the second to the last player from the side of Alter Ego Ares. I mean, so far, I mean, there's a pretty big window of opportunity here for the side of Boom Esports to probably scratch that run there from side of Citadel. In fact, it might just be solidified here if he can just possibly sustain himself until the top 5 team into this round. That could be a stunner for RRQ and Citadel, if ever to do so.
Yep. Yep. Well, Talon Esports did get eliminated, but I'm sure they're not all too worried about that. But PBMS, oh my gosh, at number 8. That's quite unfortunate, actually. And with that, I think we're down to 7 teams left and 17 players standing. Make that 6 with BG getting eliminated as well. So we have the top runners finally off of the table, and now it's just up to YG, number 4. I think they're gonna go ahead and try to I think Vampire Esports here. We lost the rankings, but yeah, basically Vampire Esports, they need a lot of those points. Kibo goes down by the hands of Razy from Bigatron Esports. Taking a look at Bigatron Esports, they have 3 eliminations, finding their 4th just now against Boom Esports. And so with that, I mean, they're full squad, so they have a pretty good chance of bagging this winner chicken dinner, but it all depend on how they execute their plans. But over here, Vampire Esports, 3 players standing. Mela has 2 eliminations on their side. And yeah, I mean, I like the position right now. They're right in the middle. And so they have the chance to go ahead and gatekeep anyone who tries to go into the circle. But on the other hand, they're also out in the open. So pretty much a huge red target for everyone.
Well, we're down to the last 5 teams here. Moving in. Boom Esports, all you gotta do is sustain your life to overtake that slot there up against RRQ. Well, Vampire Esports still looking to provide a statement there. Mela able to get the spray down right across, but has to worry about the 3 players from the side of Bigatron here. It's up front as well. Vehicle will be used. Pulling back away. But MVPK is going to be haggling on as well here towards the eastern side of Vampire Esports. A lot of sense of possibilities can surely happen here, Andy.
Yeah, lots of things can happen. Mela rather, it's quite low on health, so I'm a bit worried for them. But yeah, taking a look at this, Mela finally gets knocked down. And taking a look at MVKE, what are they up to? And so they're still up in the running. I think they're quite low on the leaderboard, so they definitely need these eliminations. And some bullets were definitely connecting, but it's not going to be enough. And right now, they're doing quite well. They have 6 eliminations in their bag, but unfortunately, they're down to 2 players as well. But taking a look at the rest of the team that's still up in the running, Boom Esports all alone. MVK, of course, once again, only 2 players left. That goes the same with YG as well. Vampire Esports, I think one of their players got taken down as well. So it's all up to Genola and Nordlys for their side. And of course, BTR, talking about their numbers, they have the best chance of winning. But once again, anything can happen at this point, especially if they get picked off.
Still 5 squads remaining here. Big L's way down from the side of Yakon. Galactico, Mernat Boy. finds Ganola out from side of Vampire Esports, and it's going to be leaving with BPE, with only one player to rely on here for this very round. King Kibo finds one as well up against BTR, and it's looking to be a quad standoff of 1v1s. Only YG has 2 players right now up on the ground. We got the most eliminations as well. Nordlees sprays down. Good for 2! YG is out! And it's going to be a 1v1v1v1, especially if MVK can pick up his teammate.
This is gonna be fun because it's literally every man for themselves. Unless, you know, MVK manages to go ahead and revive one of their players. Yep, they got the revive, but the question is, will they heal up
golly.
at Boom Esports? Says goodbye. Now we're down to 3 teams. This is Vampire Esports, Bigatron, and MVK. 2 players on the side of MVK. So, just thinking about the numbers, of course, MVK does have the advantage. But the question is, will they use that advantage to, well, their advantage? Because this is between 3 teams and VPE. They're all alone. That goes the same with BTR as well. So, T-Duck going in. Trying to see if they can find that pick off that they need, but MVK, I love their numbers advantage here, and hopefully they get this kill because all they have to worry about is 2 solo players. So grenades in, none of them connecting, however.
Oh, inside of the zone, ZMJ JKK. 1 versus 1 versus 2. They got their eyes locked in here up against Vampire Esports and Nordlease. Nade flies through. Not much of a connection. On paper, this should be a game here for the side of the Vikings. MGN having the better look at it. If you play your cards right, just let them deal with each other, but the nade connects. Okay. Throws in, sprays out, finds Nordlease away. Now it's a 1v2 between ZMJK up against the 2 players of MVK, but the nade flies by, and it's gonna be MVK finding the last